what are you doing for a living? They don't get it.
I think the awareness has grown over the past years.
It's a rising industry, well, in the last couple of years.
A lot of companies start hiring user experience designers or familiar people.
It's becoming very popular in the last few years.
More and more people know what UX is and why it's important, and that it's something you should pay for.
People start to talk about it. There are some companies that are practicing user experience, but for the most part the business community doesn't really understand what this is about, and at best they'll hire someone and say, sprinkle some UX pixie dust on our crappy product and that'll make it good. They're not really thinking in terms of user experience as being something that actually embodies the entire company.
UX is just kind of school of thought, but it becomes reality through the work of a designer, through the work of a developer, through product managers and product owners in agile context.
You know, sometimes people refer to it as, you know, how humans interact with machines. So you're designing the interaction with machines. So you have to know something about humans and you have to know something about machines.
So all these companies, they start to realize how important a good user experience is. It's like, as we say, it's one of the latest differentiators to compete against others, you know, with your product or service, whatever you do. And building a website or app technically functional is not that big of a deal anymore, but to really create an awesome user experience, which people just get, it's for the people who are supposed to use it, then yeah, you increase the chance to win the game.
Creating a good user experience is about creating flow. So it's funny because the skills are learnable, and a lot of the people who will be really good in the UX arena come from very different disciplines and haven't necessarily worked with the tools of user-centered design and so on. But in terms of characteristics, certainly curiosity and empathy, not just for the user, but also for the client.
I think you have to be dedicated to your job and to the user.
So being able to communicate well about what you do, and what you need others to do, and how you work together, like that's really important.
Communication skills, so not only the talking, exchanging the views, but also how can you visualize your concept. So for example, paper prototyping skills or the sketching skills.
Maybe open-minded at first, and he or she should have a very wide outlook. Know many things about everything: software development, psychology, graphic design, even history of art maybe.
Essential is some at least basic understanding to data and web analytics, because that's what we mostly base.
I would say that you have to be curious, because the things that you think are true might not be true in all settings.
Creative. It's not enough to just follow some guidelines and do what you did last time. You need to challenge yourself.
You really have to think out of the box that if you are redesigning something, sometimes it's better to completely forget the whole structure of the site, but you have to redo it from scratch.
I think events like this are really important to help us kind of work out what we need to do and how to help each other. And I think there's some really honest discussions around things which are really helpful to our community. So I think that more of this and less of kind of big industry, rhetoric is really important.
There are a lot of seasoned professionals here who are sharing very openly of their empirical knowledge and case stories and so on. and a lot of newcomers who are showing their things, and then people who are new to the industry who are trying to learn. And what's nice is that, hey, we're all here together and we're having a good time and we're sharing so freely our knowledge.
You come here and you get little golden nuggets of knowledge, stuff you haven't thought about, or people looking stuff at a very different angle than yourself, so you expand their horizon as well. Naturally, there's a good ground for networking here as well.
The great thing is that people are not just listening and leaving, but there are very interesting discussions happening there.
What did I like the most? God, yeah, there's so much. Yeah, I think meeting the people. To be honest, like just meeting the different people and getting their perspective on things and just sharing anecdotes and really kind of feeding the love. As lame as that sounds.
People, the conversations, the sunshine,
drinks,
him,
you, in general, the filming, the atmosphere, the spirit, the energy, kind of feeling connected.
Great to live the spirit, also the spirit of UX design and the spirit of the SparkCamp thing, because there are a lot of people here which are dedicated to what they do.
It's very high quality talks in general. There's a lot of nice people, open people that you can meet so easily. And there's good parties.
The best thing is that you meet so many other colleagues working in similar projects, similar areas, and they all bring in their experience and they are willing to share it.
What I really like about UXcamp is that, well, to get here every year and meet new friends and old friends and people working in the same field who are all willing to participate and share ideas and insights.
It's a very pleasant environment and really one of my favorite conferences anyway.
The sessions are great. It's always like either you're lucky and you find the good sessions. This year I was pretty lucky to find good sessions. But at the end it's like the dialogue with all the professionals. You always pick up something which you think is very inspiring. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let me take this home and see how I can implement it into my own life.
There's a good ending in all of this. Something happens that tells our designer what to do, that tells our client what to do, and it's the best thing ever, because then a user comes along and the research can go on and you find your persona for your customer journey.
Dankeschön.
Danke. Herzlichen Dank.
Dziękuję.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Danke.
Danke sehr.
Gracias.